Virgos, I'm Kristi, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates, please let me know by liking and subscribing. And let's get on with your reading. What's going on for Virgos? What's happening for you? And if you're new, you can expect me on a Tuesday from now on. I'm doing Tiny Turtle Tarot Tuesdays, so you know when to find me or look for me. That is Tuesday New Zealand time, but I do post like at the end of the day on Tuesday for New Zealand, so it should work out as Tuesday for the rest of the world. Hopefully everyone's on different timing, but yeah, it's kind of around Tuesday. Yeah, what's going on with Virgos? The Hanged Man. Okay, there's kind of a rest and recovery energy around the Hangman of just kind of being forced to calm down or just chill out a bit. You might be like, I don't know, there's something about taking vacation time or forced to take time off, but it's going to be looked at as a vacation. If you've been working very hard, you might be looking after your health a little bit, but you're going to be doing it very luxuriously, I'm feeling. So maybe you're going on vacation soon, or booking a holiday or a retreat, because it's almost like you have no choice. It's almost like your boss saying you need to take some rest or some leave days, and then you do, and then you go, oh, I'm going to make the most of this, and I'm going to lounge on a floaty in the pool, or you know what I mean. There's something where you're just going to be somehow luxurifying something that could be very mundane and looked at from the perspective of, oh, I'm stuck in bed. Oh, well, what's on Netflix? It's going to be the opposite, and it's going to be like, well, if I've got to be home and I've got to rest. I'm hearing rest my leg, so I don't know if something's happened to someone's leg, but it's like, if I've got to put my leg up and rest, I might as well do it outside by the pool, make a cocktail, read a book. There's something about being more, like making the most of your time and spending it in the sun if you currently have sunny weather, but it's somehow just doing something or making the most of something. If you're somewhere where it's getting colder, it's like you're just gonna go, okay, well, if I've got to be at home, it's almost like maybe you'll have like a full-on movie day and do the full-on snacks, and I don't know, there's something about making the most and like fully sending it. I don't know why I'm saying sending it, but there's like fully committing to time off and being like, well, maybe you're a workaholic. It's this energy of you going, like, not liking it to begin with, and then going, well, I might as well enjoy it, and then you're going to enjoy it more than you expected to, is what I'm trying to get out. What else is going on for the week ahead for Virgo? Two of Wands, Queen of Swords. There's also a decision with the Two of Wands. This could be about communication. You might be thinking about communicating with someone or sending a message or making a phone call. I keep seeing keys lately for everyone. You could be deciding whether to move, whether to step out of your comfort zone. With the Queen of Swords here, you might be doing things and making decisions very much from your mind or from what feels right. There's a lot of luck around. There's good luck around you, I'm getting, come through. But it's almost like you might be making your decisions very slowly. So it's like making a Venn diagram, or like a best case scenario, worst case scenario. If I do this, what's the worst thing that could happen? If I do this, what's the best thing? And this could be to do with communicating with someone you're in a relationship with or want to be with. And it's like, well, what's the worst that could happen? What's the best that could happen? And this week, it's like you're going to be looking at things very much from your mind's perspective, and not really any heart feelings. Not many decisions are being made from the heart this week. Very much better safe than sorry energy of, I'd rather not get hurt. And it could be about anything. It could be about a friend. It could be about there's something about you kind of just sitting still maybe and waiting for someone to come to you. Or if this is career, it's almost like you want to ask for a raise, or you want to kind of get a leg up or climb up the ladder a bit more, but you're kind of sitting pretty, like it's almost like you're like, I'm attracting, I don't chase. I don't chase, I attract. So I'll just sit here and wait, and they'll see how. And I think it might actually work for you this week, because there is luck. There's two different things that are going to happen this week that are going to be very, very lucky for you. And you're going to go, whoa. Oh, okay. And now I'm looking and I can see the Wheel of Fortune on a different deck, which is also luck. And it's staring straight at me. So you really don't. Maybe it's even three things. But there's a lot of luck coming towards you this week. And I feel like you're going to look back and be like, oh, Kristi was right. Tiny Turtle Tarot, she's never wrong. There's just something where you're going to be like, oh, I didn't expect it to be that lucky. Like, it's something really good. I promise you. Usually I wouldn't say sit still and do nothing, or wait, don't wait, go and ask, go and communicate, go and say the thing. But with the Queen of Swords here, she is a communicator, don't get me wrong, but I'm just looking at her right now and she looks like somebody that usually would, but she's taken a rest. She just looks like she's got her eyes shut. Like, if you want to talk to me, I'm here, otherwise, no. You could be that friend that people go to for guidance, because I'm suddenly getting this energy of you being like this queen on your throne, and like the peasants come up to you and say, well, you're so experienced, you're so wise, we need your help with this, what do you want? And I don't know why I said peasants, by the way, that just stuck, I don't know why, but it's almost like this thing of other people see you as the queen and they have you on that and they feel lesser, is what I should have said, not peasants. But people do see you as above them for some reason, just because you hold yourself very to a high standard, and so people see you that way because people see you how you put yourself out, and that's how you put yourself out to the world, is very much. And man or woman doesn't matter. This is a queen. Doesn't mean you have to be a woman. You can be a man, but it's just this energy of you being very much like poised. And there's this energy of you having authority and people going, you know what you're talking about. Can we ask you a question? Can we ask your advice? And you're like asleep on your chair. And you're like, yes. It's like you're the wise, like you're the wise one. Like, wise old owl, what could you help us with? And you might be like, on the down low, you might not be completely confident that you are the person to go to, but you do have a lot of good advice, and you need to have a little bit more faith in the fact that you do have good advice to give. But it's almost like you might feel like you're faking it, or pretending, or looking for the best. I feel like a little sister or someone younger than you could come to you for like advice, and you might be like, oh, I'm not equipped to answer this, or you might think this person's very smart on their own, and you're like, why are they coming to me? But there's something about kind of staying on your pedestal and being like, okay, well, I could use this very well, and I could give them some like really powerful advice right now, or I could, it's almost like even if you say something little, they're going to take what they need from it from their own perspective. So you could say like a silly phrase that makes no sense. You could be like, carrots work well if you choose to look at them from the right angle. There's some, like, if you just put the weirdest sentence together, and then this person will go, yes, I know what to do now. But you kind of have to believe in the power of your words to this person, because it's not really what you're saying, it's who's saying it. It's the fact that it's coming from you, and that you know this person quite well, so it's going to be like they really trust you. So make sure that you just have good intentions, and say, obviously you have good intentions, but it's like, think before you speak for a second, but then just say it, because I think that somebody's really going to benefit from your words without you trying to, if that makes sense. It's almost like you're just going to say something. It could even be something as silly as putting a quote on your story, and somebody replies, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. Do you think I should do this? I don't know what it's about. And when I say story, I mean like Instagram story or something. Somebody just wants to, it's like they're quickly going to pop in for advice from you, and you're just going to be like, do what you feel guided to. And they're going to take a lot more from it than you're intending. And with the Seven of Swords, you might even not know what this person is on about. This person might be very vague with what they're talking about, and you're just going to be like, It's a very wise energy about you this week. Anyways, what else is going on for you, Virgo? I just rambled about that for so long. 8 of Wands, communication, fast communication. I am seeing that person kind of running off to act also. So whatever you say to them, they're kind of going to run off and act on something. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's why I'm saying think before you speak for a second, but then just say like from your highest self, whatever you feel guided to say. With the 8 of Wands, there's communication coming towards you, and with the 7 of Swords coming out, it's almost like you might avoid communication, or there's a communication you've been avoiding. Especially with this owl here with their eyes closed, I really feel like people are coming to you and you're more listening than talking, which is never a bad thing. But there is something saying be a bit more careful or be a bit more gentle. I don't know why I'm getting that. Be a bit more gentle with yourself. If you're getting communication, you might be very much like standoffish, or if this is coming from someone you've wanted to hear from for a while, if you're single and somebody that you've kind of had a situationship that keeps coming back round from the past comes back through, it's like you might be a bit standoffish, but there's something about being more gentle. With yourself particularly, if this person comes in, you might assume the worst from their intentions, because you're like, well, why would they have good intentions? I don't know, there's something where you don't expect people to treat you as nicely as you treat them. I don't know why that is. Maybe you in your life and your friends and family are just a bit more like, not as soft, but this person is very soft, I'm feeling. They're completely different to what you're expecting. Ten of Swords, 7 of Wands. Standoffish. Did I say standoffish or what? That is the 7 of Wands. It's very much protective energy. Self-preservation of talk to the hand because the face ain't listening. Or just be like you might immediately think somebody is trying to hurt you or something and run away. And then very quickly want to backtrack and go, oh, they didn't mean what I thought they meant. They're not like this person. You might be assuming if this is love and you're dating and you've not been dating in a very long time, it's almost like you might assume the worst, but they genuinely don't mean anything bad. You might have friends that have a very strange sense of humour, and your friends kind of bully you and think it's funny. Whereas this person, so when they say something, you're like, you're funny, and you realise that somebody's not even joking. Like somebody might say to you, let's say you're on a date, and this person goes, I love your hair, what did you do with it? And you're thinking, it's raining outside, it's gone frizzy, and then in your head you're about to reply, nothing, it looks, or you're gonna reply like, oh, you're funny, thank you, like thinking someone's being sarcastic, but they're not being sarcastic, they're genuinely like, I love your hair, because you're used to your friends being very sarcastic. With the 10 of Swords, you're very quickly gonna kind of stop running away. With the 10 of Swords landed on the 8 of Wands, and I just feel like you're gonna very quickly decide, actually, let's put an end to running away from situations. Let's let them play out on their own, see how they naturally unfold, and then see where things lay. I don't know, there's something about letting things lie where they lie. You might be trying to control things a little bit too much, especially in love, in order to not get hurt, whereas you're going to kind of realise you actually have the strength and the courage to take on a new relationship. If this is love, it might be a new job or something, but you have been avoiding fully committing to something for a while. There's kind of this need this week to just kind of go, well, I want to see this play out naturally. I feel like you're going to decide to let things play out naturally instead of try to control them. You might be the one that always ends things before someone else can, whereas you're like, actually, that would be me operating from fear, and from now on I'm going to operate from what I want to do, and I want to explore this, and I want to see where it goes, and if they end it before I get a chance, oh well. There's kind of like an ego death. There might have been a little bit of ego within you that always wanted to end things before the other person could, whereas now you're like, well, if they end things first, they didn't really give me a chance, or if they end things first, maybe they just have an ego and they're afraid that I would have. Like, you can kind of see it from their perspective if they do it that way, because you've been the one that always ran. So it's almost like you're going to look at things from the perspective of the other person and realise that nothing's actually as personal as you think it is, and you're also going to kind of you've got the courage to explore something. If this is new love, if it's a job or something coming in for you, it's just like you realize you have the courage to see it play out naturally. Maybe you always left a job and went to the next one. Or if it's career, it's like maybe you change careers a lot, whereas now you're going to kind of stay, see things play out. Just wait and see things play out is the main message coming through for you. Yeah, 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and star underneath, healing that. You might always run away, walk away, like, and 8 of Cups is not a bad card. It's walking away from things that no longer serve you, but I feel like there's a little bit with the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. You might have convinced yourself that situations were empty that weren't actually empty. So you might have told yourself, and even told people around you, well, there was nothing left there for me. There was nothing left. Whereas now, there's healing of that and looking at things from the real perspective. I don't know why I'm getting that movie Ratatouille come through. I don't know why that just came through, but what's that saying? Anyone can cook? Maybe there's something, if this is a job, maybe there's a job where you're like starting out really bad at it. Like that curly, like the main guy in Ratatouille, that movie. And you're gonna realize actually there's a way around this. And I don't know, there's something about committing to something that maybe you don't think you're good at, or maybe you don't know if this is a relationship. Maybe you're like, whoa, this isn't going to go in my favor. Maybe it's the more relationship dynamic of that movie, of him and that French lady. And it just, she looks out of his league and he thinks it's not going to work out, but it does. Especially like, yeah, there might be a side to you. Maybe there's a tiny chef under your hat. Maybe there's a side to you that's never been revealed to anyone, and you're like, you always run away before you can reveal that side. Whereas you're actually going to reveal to everyone, yeah, I have a tiny chef under my hat. And what? Like, look how amazing my food is that I make. There's something where you might be hiding a specific side of yourself to how you create something, or how you get on, how you work. And you might be very secretive, but you're going to somehow finally reveal a side to your work life, or your love life, or just to your personal self, to others, that somehow it's not serving you anymore to keep it hidden. You're going to heal that. And that might be where you were a little bit avoidant. If you're in a relationship, it's almost like you're kind of at that point now where maybe you've been in it for a year. Maybe you're always in relationships that last about a year or 2 years or something. You're kind of at your habit point of, well, this is now when I leave. And this time you're like, well, actually, there's no reason for me to leave this time. They see me fully, or maybe I should reveal this to them, and if they leave, they leave, because we're now at that 2-year mark. There's just this sense of you leaving when things get too serious, or being afraid of someone seeing the full you, whereas now you're going to go, oh, okay, well, what's the worst that could happen, because I was probably about to leave them anyway before they could leave me, so maybe I'll just tell them about this thing. This thing about just revealing a side to yourself that you have been hiding. What else? I'll get you one more card. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. So this person, you might even do this. There might be a self-sabotage element to this, of you going, actually, instead of me breaking up with them, I'm just going to show them that side to myself that I don't think they're going to approve of. And then they're going to very much approve of it and be like, oh, wow, I still like you anyway. And you're going to be like, huh? I'm getting like Shrek vibes of like when Shrek finds out Fiona's an ogre as well. But there's something of, let's say you're an ogre at nighttime, like Fiona, of you revealing that and being like, by the way, I'm an ogre. And then this person's going to be like, oh, sweet. Cool. We're very compatible then. Like Shrek, because Shrek's the ogre as well. It's almost like this person goes, yeah, same. And you're like, oh, crap. I thought this would end. You might be mentally prepared to walk away. You might have your bags packed. Like, she's dressed to impress. She's got her boots on. She's leaving. So you might be very well prepared. You might, if you live far away or something, it's almost like you've booked a ticket somewhere to go home. I don't know, there's something where you're packed and ready because you think revealing something will end something. And then the Knight of Pentacles is here like, sweet, yeah. No, I'm an ogre too. Or, because Knight of Pentacles is very slow and steady, very genuine, very, this person is very much, they might be not your usual type. They might be a bit more, I don't know why I keep hearing casual. So maybe you dress to impress and this person's very much casual. or there's something very casual maybe about this relationship, whereas so you didn't think it was gonna last this long. You thought it was just like here for a good time, not for a long time. But it's almost like because of the easygoing nature of your guys' relationship and how casual it has been, that is exactly why it's lasted so long, because there was no pressure. You weren't really looking for a long-term thing, or somebody else wasn't, and because you both took things very casually, go with the flow, that's why things keep going so well. And when you reveal this side to yourself, they'll be like, all right, was there anything else you want to tell me while we're here? Like they're just really like not bothered about, you might make a bigger deal about something than it actually is to this person, is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna wrap your reading up here. It's kind of all been about love, but it could also be used as a metaphor, I guess. Change it. Use your own discernment. If this is more of a work thing, maybe there's something about you talking to your boss and wanting to have a conversation, and they'll be like, sweet, yeah, I already noticed. I don't know, there's something also someone might say, yeah, obviously. Obviously. Like, it could be some little type of, what's it called? I've forgotten the term. When somebody has not a pet peeve, that's not the word at all. I don't know, I've lost my words, but it's almost like when someone has that one little tiny character flaw and this person's like, yeah, I know. I don't know why I'm getting someone's like really OCD or something. I'm saying it lightheartedly, but it might be very stressful and very hard. And you might tell someone, you might say, I have severe OCD, and this person's gonna be like, obviously, every time you get in my car, you clean it, or every time you get in my car, you start touching all the buttons 3 times. I don't know, there's something like this person could be like, yeah, obviously. What else? Was there more to this conversation? There's just someone's gonna be like, is there more to this conversation? Like, you told me you had something to tell me. I thought you was gonna tell me something new. And you're gonna be like, oh, alright, that didn't work. It's very much, Capricorn had a similar energy of things being a lot more lighthearted than you're realizing. So you might think something's bigger than it is. You could even be connected to a Capricorn. Anyways, I think I said I was going to wrap your reading up ages ago, and I hadn't, so I'll wrap your reading up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated, as always, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Turtle Tarot Tuesdays.